Alrighty, so this time for this video, we're going to be talking about writing. In fact, let me put that at the top of here so that you can see what we're doing. Writing. This is one of our DWBs that we talked about while we were in school. Remember, we have power words that we use to tell us what exactly we have to be doing. And when we use those power words, we use power in our voice. So when I read the statement and what I want you to do, I'm going to read it and I'm going to read the power word with power. I'm going to read it from my gut and give it some sound, okay? Because it is an important word that's going to tell you exactly what you need to say. Remember when doing your DWBs, the do, what, or bullet, we need to use the statement or the question up here at the top, fill in each part, and then use our B box to write our answer. And when we write our answers, remember, boys and girls, that we have to use complete sentences and we have to make it to 15 words. If we don't do that, then we will not get our points. If you remember correctly, we do not write outside of our box. If we write outside of our box, then we lose points. Up here at the top, this is the question, so no, it is not technically outside of the box in terms of our answer. But all of our words for our answer to the statement or to answer the question will be inside of the box. So let me go ahead and read the question to you, or the statement. It says, describe 2 things you have done while at home. Our power word there is describe. So if you would like to read the question with me, I'm going to read it and you can repeat. Describe 2 things you have done while at home. So our job today is to describe. That is our power word. We need to use power behind it. That is the key thing that we are doing. Describe. And what we're going to describe today is the 2 things that we've done at home. I know you've probably done lots of other things at home, but we're going to choose 2 things that we really want to talk about. I'm going to answer it for myself, and then you will be able to answer it on your paper at home. So in order to do the DWB, we need to take a look at the question. Let's break it down. Do. What is our do? Remember, the do is our power word. Our power word is describe. So we need to describe. And I'm going to underline that just so that I can really see it. And then I'm going to go up and underline it in the actual question or statement so that I can connect the 2. Okay. What do we need to describe? That is our next part. What is it that we have to describe? 2 things that we've done while at home. 2 things. How many things? 2. 2 things you've done at home. My words got a little bit crowded there. Remember, when you're writing that you need to have spaces. I ran out of room and smushed mine together. Don't do that. I would need a bit more of a finger space there. And that looks better already. Now we need to go into our bullet. And remember, when we write bullet, it is the answer that we have to that question. So describe the 2 things that we've done at home. 2 things that I've done at home is read and walk my dog. So I'm going to put that over on my bullet. I have read and I have walked my dog. Okay, so I'm going to write read a book, walk my dog. Okay. All right. And then remember, the next step that we have to remember to do is to take that bullet piece right there, bring it down, and add it into our answer box. That will help us get into the 15-word minimum, and it will also help us to remember what exactly we're going to be answering. So I'm going to rewrite that. Now that I have rewritten my bullets, my answer, the next part is to take those answers and to put them into a complete sentence. Now remember, we aren't just identifying, we have to describe them. So if you took a walk with your dog, like I did, maybe I could say, I took a walk with my dog and we went to the park. You tell about something that you did with that. Um, if you read a book, what book did you read? How long did you read it for? What kind of book was it? You have to say something to describe those two things that you want to identify. Okay. So in order to do that, I'm going to write an open sentence. While I'm at home, or while I have been at home, or simply, at home I have. There are lots of ways to open your sentence, but for us, we are going to say, at home I have. And we're going to fill it in. At home I have. I said read a book, so I'm going to say I have read a book. What was it called? My goodness. I don't remember what it's called, but I know it's a fiction book. I have read a book, and I read it in on my parents' porch a little bit. So I'm gonna say that I have read a book on my parents' porch or at my parents'. And now I need to add the second part. And is our joining word. We're going to join our two ideas. At home, I have read a book at my parents', and I walked my dog to the park. All right, am I done? No, I'm not done. I have to reread it and make sure I spelled things correctly, that I used punctuation or an ending mark so that my sentence does not fall over. I need to make sure that I use spacing in my writing, and that I need to make sure that I only have a capital letter at the beginning of my sentences or with a proper noun. Does my sentence make sense, or should I write it a different way? Those things we need to check for. So let's go ahead and do that. Do I have punctuation at the end of all of my sentences? Yes, I do. But wait, is that the right kind of punctuation? Am I asking a question? At home, I have read a book at my parents' and I walked my dog to the park? Am I supposed to be answering with a question? No. So I need to fix that. I need to fix that. It's not a question mark that I need. It is a period. So there's my period. Did I use the correct capital or lowercase letters? Start of my sentence, is that a capital A or lowercase a? Capital. So yes, I did that correct. Proper noun. Sight word. Always capital. I. Yes, that's correct. All my other letters here are lowercase. Oh, there's another I. An I has to be uppercase. And then I keep going. Oh, that's a capital P and an A and an R and a K. Those shouldn't be capital, should they? No, they should be lowercase. So I need to change that. There, I fixed that. So now I've checked for my capital and lowercase letters. Didn't I spell things correctly? Let's look. At. That's a sight word. That's a sight word. That's a sight word. That's at. Again. Sight word. Sight word. Sight word. All my sight words are spelled correctly. Dog. That's a CVC word, and I spelled that correctly. Does my sentence make sense? Well, we've read it. Does anything sound funky? Let's read it again to make sure. At home, I have read a book at my parents' and walked my dog to the park. Does that make sense? Yes, it does. So we're okay on that part. Did we have details? Did we actually describe those two things? Yes, we did. So we did our job. The last part, remember, boys and girls, we needed 15 words in order for us to get our work counted. So let's count our words, and that's our last part to check. One, oh, wait, I need to start at the bullets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24. Did we get over 15? Yes, we did. We had 24 words. Here is where our 15th word was. So we did answer the question completely. We used details. We spelled things correctly. Correct punctuation was fixed after we saw the mistake. And I believe our writing is ready to go. So remember, boys and girls, we need to have correct punctuation, correct use of uppercase and lowercase letters, spelling the words that we do know how to spell correctly, and then to make sure that we have spacing and that our sentences make sense. Answer the full question always, and a way to do that is to use your DWBs. Try and do that with your own writing paper and about your own time at home, and let me know how that goes. Bye.